Start on that end with Barnaby.
Yeah, look, I came to the panel prepared to feel upset. I thought there was an outside chance I'd feel elated, but the feeling we get is, in conclusion, it's still to go on. Some time ago there was a policy called an ETS. It got rid of a Liberal Party leader, got rid of a Labor Party leader, and looks like it might have got rid of the Labor Party. We have the capacity to put together a government. It will be precarious in the capacity to drive forward policy. What I do say is it is something that everybody has to conscientiously desire to have a stable government, not for a political party, not for themselves, but for this nation. If we don't have that, it's bad.
Mark, your thoughts?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, when leaks really hit our campaign, we thought it was all over. Julia Gillard has got us back into the race. We are now at the point where we are that close to government. She's got a positive plan for the future, and over the coming days she'll be talking, obviously, to the Independents and the Greens.
Okay,
it's not over yet.
A stunning performance by Tony Abbott. The thought of Julia Gillard being in a minority faction, leading a minority government with a minority Senate, is a recipe for disaster. And either way, I don't think Gillard is going to be around for a long time. She was very gracious tonight, a wonderful speech, two very good speeches. But I think either way, it's the end of Gillard tonight. Even if she forms government, it won't be for a long time.
Would I be right in thinking you wouldn't agree with that, Nicola?
Well, I don't agree that it's not possible to form a stable government. Whether it's ours or whether it's a Liberal government, I have a bit more faith, one, that politicians can step up to that, but two, that the public expect us to. There's going to be a lot of people pretty miserable tonight. There's people that have lost seats. There's a lot of people that campaign hard for both sides. No one has a conclusive outcome. One thing we haven't mentioned at all tonight, which we've got to spare a thought for, despite all of those losses, there were two Australians actually killed in Afghanistan today. No one's lost their lives. People have fought for things they believe in very hard. I reckon we've got enough dignity to be able to actually manage whatever outcome the Australian public give us, and we should just acknowledge that there are other things going on in the world that are even more serious. I'm sure those families who lost their loved ones would like to be acknowledged in some way tonight as well.
It's a very good point.
Peter Costello,
well, I endorse what Nicola said about our troops in Afghanistan, of course, and she's right about that. There were two winners tonight and one loser. Tony Abbott is a big winner. He got the leadership by one vote. We looked like we were about to lose 20 seats, and we've won 14 or 15. The loser was Julia Gillard. She's taken her party into a minority. And the other huge winner is Bob Brown. Labor only got to that position on Bob Brown's votes. And as of tonight, Bob Brown is probably almost as powerful in his hold over the Labor Party as Julia Gillard.
And Chris Wallace.
The Greens got double the swing to it that the Coalition got at this election, and if both sides of politics don't read the tea leaves on that, they'll rue the day.
All right, Chris, thank you very much for that. And one final word from Laurie.
Well, I think that Julia will remain as leader, whether she continues as Prime Minister or Opposition Leader. I think she's proved herself in this campaign. Labor's not going to burn off two leaders in a couple of months, and there's no one there, obviously, to take over anyway. I think Julia will be a better leader for the campaign. I have to pay tribute to Tony Abbott. When he became leader 8 months ago, the Coalition was fractured, the Liberal Party was fractured, they were dead meat. And tonight he's on the verge of forming a government. That is an incredible effort, and he ran a very disciplined campaign. I'd also say I think it is possible to form a stable minority government. It's been done in various states, and I see no reason why it won't work. It won't be as efficient as a one-party government, but sometimes checks and balances are good, and that's what we're going to have.
Okay, one final time, Michael Usher, if you can crunch the numbers for us before we go.